right. Finally, the time has come.
It's Green Horde Day.
Long awaited. 3 weeks after it seemed that everybody else in the state got theirs.
Yes.
I got mine.
I guess because you got so much. This box is huge next to us.
Yes.
So this is our Kickstarter exclusives and add-ons for Zombicide Green Horde.
Yes. We're very excited. We're big Zombicide fans. It's probably... Well, I don't know if it was the game that got me into, like... But it was probably one of the heavier
It was my most memorable game.
Yeah.
I was in a gaming group, and then Zombicide is what stuck with me first, outside of your typical Monopolies and family type, games. So, I, like Froese was saying, I got my exclusives several weeks ago, and since Froese and I, between the two of us, bought 3 copies of it, we've been eBaying them out. So, since I got mine right away, we've eBayed them out.
Yes.
So we actually haven't even played with them, which has been almost like an itch.
It has.
So what I have left of mine is the Paul Bonner set. It has 3 playable characters. Well, I guess technically 4, because there's a troll on a mount, and those are 2 separate characters, and another necromancer. And then I also picked up the Deadeye Archers, and we sold those right away because people pay a lot of money for them. So
yeah. Those we ended up getting rid of right away.
They were just archers in the game, so it wasn't detrimental to our play. So
it was just four walker archers.
Yeah,
which sound terrible to deal with.
Yes,
and they also were not Kickstarter exclusive.
They were not,
which is why we decided to sell them.
I read on the box they were actually made for Black Plague originally, but it said Black Plague and Green Horde, so I don't know which one it originally came out of. Regardless. If you have them and want to make a few bucks, toss them on eBay.
Yeah.
We sold them for, I think, $70, and they were $20 add-on, so make a few bucks on it to recoup our costs.
Yep. Because this was not cheap. I think I was all in for like $450.
Yeah, I think between the two of us, we were close to $700.
Yes. So,
but
we'll recoup most of our costs, and then we'll have tons of cool stuff to play with.
Exactly.
So we're going to start with the Horde box.
Yep, so we have 2 Horde boxes in here.
Oh my god, I never actually looked at the back of this. This is cool.
Yeah.
Oh, that's pretty awesome. I don't know how well you can
This
see
has all the exclusive playable characters, abominations, necromancers, and whatnot, as well as like an extra set of all
the walkers
and stuff. And there's I think the Fatty Bursters are in here too, I think.
Yes, the Fatty Bursters are in here. This essentially is everything, all of the stretch goals. This box contains all of the stretch goals that were attached to the campaign. So if you kicked just the base set of the game, nothing else, you didn't get any of the add-ons, you get this box.
And then you also get one other box that we'll get to that has everything.
Which was weird.
It was weird how they did it, but be as it may.
But yeah, this has everything that doesn't, not those 3 characters, but this has all of the abominations. It has the feral dragon in it. It has the ballista in it.
I think it has the Horde tile in it too.
It has the Horde tile in it. It also has the additional rule book that explains all of the additional abominations and stuff.
Right, because some of them come with special... rules
abilities.
To the game.
They all have different abilities that you can play with.
So, based on your first impression with all of the playable characters we have, what is your favorite commercialized reskin?
I don't even know, dude. There's so many.
The Badger?
Probably, because he's like Wolverine.
Right.
Like, he's like probably... There's so many. It's overwhelming how many different characters there are.
Yes.
And even besides that, how many different abominations there are. Because unlike Massive Darkness, in which there was a lot of extra stuff that came with your Kickstarter from Massive Darkness, all of it kind of went into the game at once. You can't just throw all these abominations into a single game of Zombicide. You kind of have to...
I suppose we probably have to pick and choose, but I suppose if you want a potentially more...
game?
I mean, but with the... trebuchet, you technically always have a way of killing the abominations.
That's true too.
Mine, without a doubt, is the guy called the Deathmaster, whose likeness is Lemmy Kilmeister.
Yeah.
Huge Motorhead fan, huge Lemmy fan. Definitely the first character I'm going to play.
I don't know.
When we get the extra.
Sir Schwartz is in here.
The Black Knight.
Yeah.
And you have all the characters from Stranger Things on here too.
Stranger Things guys.
And then in one of the other extras, it's one of the expansions is Dustin, is this little fat gnomey looking guy. Looks really funny. So,
but yeah, this is
a chick from Mad Max, Prince, Freddie Mercury, Princess Leia, Snape.
They got Storm from the X-Men, Wolverine.
And then you have V from Vendetta.
Oh crap, I can't remember his name from Street Fighter now.
And then down where the Necromancers, you have Dracula from Bram Stoker's Dracula, and below that you have the villain from the movie Willow.
Mm-hmm. The bunny is my favorite.
Should be. I assume that's taken from Monty Python.
Yeah, I can imagine. Yeah. It's cool. It's cool that what they do is they like almost get licensed characters. And I know, like, if you did Invader, they
ran into a few issues.
They ran into a few issues.
They had to pull a couple of characters.
They had a Will Smith character in there
from Men in Black. They had to pull it.
So, they had to pull that guy. So they do run into some licensing issues, and they didn't seem to have any problems with this. But very cool. I'm very glad that they did this whole Horde box. I believe this itself was a stretch goal. I'm glad that this came through because it keeps everything nice and tidy. Rather
than with Massive Darkness, it's just a big cardboard box. So it's nice just being able to have this on your shelf next to your game rather than a plain cardboard box. Actually, I've got the Massive Darkness right over here next to me. It just comes labeled in a gray box or just cardboard box, and it's whatever. But having a actually printed box and whatnot is kind of nice.
Okay. Here is the other 3 guys that came as the stretch goal.
Yeah.
All 3 of these characters were technically stretch goals, and they came as the Sean A. Murray.
It must have been his design pack, and it just got included as the base thing.
Yeah. So I mean that's cool. There's I think this is 2. Oh, it's 3 characters.
3 characters and a necromancer.
It's an Innsmouth necromancer. So it's
so it's got a little Cthulhu
theme to it. So that's cool. We'll have 2 of those in here as well. Honestly, I don't even remember at this point what everything that I got.
And then since we have Massive Darkness, we have the crossover kit. So the 7 bajillion players in Green Horde, we can now play in Massive Darkness. And I think I have gotten the Black Plague crossover to Massive Darkness as well. So we could take the Massive Darkness guys into Black Plague. I'm sorry, I don't know if I said Green Horde or not. I don't remember. But yeah, and it had some treasure in it too, so I'm going to have to go and investigate that here quick. So this essentially gives you all the character cards and the spawn cards and whatnot to take the zombies, the abominations, and whatnot. That's a dog.
Oh, it's companions.
Oh, that's right. There's companions.
Something came with companions.
The companions are in this box too, I believe, because I had companions in here when I opened mine to look at it. So
we got some extra dice. Always helpful when it comes to.
Yeah.
I'm surprised they're no different than the other dice I have.
I don't think so. I think those are just quote unquote Zombicide dice.
Okay, then we got Rat King and Swamp Troll. This was an exclusive. This has the Swamp Troll, the Rat King, Swarm of Rat miniatures. So this will be interesting.
Yep.
This again, I think is technically it can be played with Black Plague or Green Horde.
I think they're just printing it because essentially Green Horde and Black Plague for the most part are the same game.
They are.
You could take your Black Plague characters and seamlessly bring them into Green Horde.
Yeah. Well, there's actually, on that note, Black Plague Ultimate Survivors Kit. This is an updated version of all of the survivors from Black Plague. All of them have new sculpts.
Yeah, it's like the 6 original characters.
Yeah, additional skill levels. So this is just like an upgrade kit for your original Black Plague survivors. I mean, if you need more characters to play with.
And this guy is Liam. He is the
more dice.
He's the Will copy from Stranger Things that comes with the. I think he's tied to one of the expansions too. And then this is Dustin.
Yes, that's
Dustin, the little like fat bard is what he is. North the halfling. It looks like Dustin and has this little bard hat that's red, blue, and white, just like the hat he wore in Stranger Things.
So these are cool. And then there's a couple of really big boxes. I
think these are both the expansions.
This one, No Rest for the Wicked.
Has the other dragon.
Has the Necromancer dragon in it, yep. And another ballista. It has more rats in it. It has spectral walkers. Sweet. These dragons are insane, dude.
They're huge.
I don't even know.
They are huge. I'm going to start cracking this box open so we can...
Yeah, this one's... this dragon's even taller than the dragon that comes in the Horde box.
Right, because this one's like high and straight up, whereas the other one's just kind of...
Yeah, more crouching over. Yeah. So this one doesn't come... Well, I mean, this one came with one of these survivors. Came with one of these.
Yeah, it's the Friend and Foes is the Dustin one.
And this one is the one that comes with familiars or companions or dogs or something.
I think there's familiars in here too. That one's the Friends and Foes expansion.
Yeah, this one comes with dogs, wolves, and like hawks. As well as 4 more survivors, a tainted zombie, tainted walkers, new tiles.
The one thing I'll say too that I actually really like with what Zombicide is doing, they actually put this insert in here.
It's like a chocolate key. That's what it reminded me of when you buy one of those boxes of chocolates. You know, and it tells you which chocolate is where in the thing.
Right. It tells you which model goes where, because sometimes after you're done playing and putting Zombicide away, it takes almost as long as the game itself. So since the dragon is so big, it comes in 3 different pieces. You have the base and the wings that clip in back to his I guess his nearest spine on his back. Let's be this way.
Sucker together. And dragons, they're cool when they enter the game. They break buildings. They crush buildings, and there's a specific card that they come with.
Here is your standard abomination next to it.
Yeah.
And then I'll have a character close that's, you have your character size that's like this. So
like, there's a character, and there's Dustin next to him.
Right. So yeah, it's
like
just
nothing.
There's so much stuff to it. I think that's about it.
That's the box. That's what she's got in her.
It's crazy. There's
so much stuff. It's insane.
To get through all these characters and all these abominations and whatnot is going to take us probably a year. Because we like to rotate through games and play different games.
At least until Invader comes out.
Yeah, but like we're still working through Gloomhaven and everything else, and it's just like we have so many games. And
Massive Darkness, like with the 3 of us, me, you, and Caleb, are still working on the Crystal Light campaign, and we got a lot of games in the works. And so, I mean, this is another game that everybody enjoys. Zombicide takes a little bit longer though, so sometimes it's a little bit harder to get to the table depending on how many people we have around. And our buddy Caleb just walking in the door. This guy. If you watch that video, we just got our Zombicide stuff in. Green Horde finally came in, so we're doing our video.
Yes.
And
Dragon.
Yeah, so I mean, we're super excited about it. We've got all this stuff, and I'm just wondering when we get stuff like this, like
how much are we actually gonna get through?
Yeah, when are we gonna get this to the table? Like this stuff, like this guy is just.
Right, because like this one's a Scalia one. He's probably I think he's like several centimeters high.
Yeah, because this guy's up on his tail.
Yeah,
he's like all the way up. Well, cool. I definitely recommend checking out the game. I don't know when this comes to retail, and obviously the Horde box stuff, that's all Kickstarter exclusive. I want to say these were Kickstarter exclusive.
Those I believe are not Kickstarter exclusives.
I would imagine.
I think like the Dustin that came with it is a Kickstarter exclusive. The expansions themselves, I don't think are Kickstarter exclusives.
But we played the base game. We got our base games way back in
February.
February we played the base
March,
games. Yeah. And it plays a lot like your standard Zombicide game with a couple of different tweaks. We have a review video up for it if you want to check it out. But it's enjoyable as Zombicide always is. This one feels maybe a little bit more difficult than ones in the past, just because there's new line of sight issues and stuff like that.
Right, with the hedges.
With hedges and water and stuff like that. There's a little more thinking involved. But then you've got the ballista and the trebuchet and stuff to balance stuff out. So, I don't know. It's definitely worth checking out if you're a fan of zombie games. If you've never played Zombie before, or Zombicide before, Green Horde is probably a good place to jump in, or even if you could go in Black Plague.
Right, I don't know when the street date for the base game is. That actually might be out. I haven't looked.
What, for Green Horde? Yeah, I'm not sure. I know you can get this for less than retail on eBay right now as far as the just base game goes.
Right.
So, that's always a good place to look if you just want to pick up the base game and get started.
Yep.
We appreciate you watching the videos, guys. Leave us a comment if you have any questions about it. Hit that like and subscribe button. Hit us up on Facebook. We're on Twitter, Instagram, all of those social things.
Social things.
That I don't mess with.
That's what our wives do.
Yep.
I edit videos, we make them.
Yep.
They do all that work for us. So,
take it easy.
Have a good one.